This story comes from one of my coworkers, Chris. He moved to Iowa about 3 years ago, and this happened not long after. I'll let him take it from here. Okay, so there was this one thing that happened to me late at night around 11:30 p.m. or so. I don't remember. Driving this road from my work at A&W just outside of town and heading back to where I used to live, a smaller town called Ochiden. Now, I never saw much out there. It was quiet, dark, maybe a little creepy, but what country road isn't at night? Most of the time I'm just jamming out to my radio on the 20 minutes or so from my work to my house. I rarely see other cars out there, maybe one or two, sometimes a semi, but most of the time it's pretty lonely. If the stars are out, it's actually really beautiful, but when it's cloudy, it's still pretty dark. There are light poles, but there's only one per intersection. The first one meets a highway, and the second one is the corner I turn for home. Not much light between these places. There's been a few times where I dealt with deer, but never got into an accident. Back in Illinois, they're just as much of a problem. But there was something else. For 3 nights in a row, I saw someone just standing at the edge of a ditch, back to the corn and facing the road, completely still. I noticed him, or whatever it was, for the first time one night, between the first intersection and Ochiden. The first time I barely noticed as I drove past, and looking back, I don't think he ever moved, even as my bright-ass headlights should have made him at least wince and shield his eyes. But no, he was as still as a statue. My first thought was a scarecrow. Like, oh, someone put him there, never saw him there before. It was mildly creepy, just seeing someone standing in pitch-black darkness. Then the next day, when driving to work, he wasn't where I thought he was. Just gone. I didn't think anything of it at the moment until I saw him again in the exact same spot where he was the night before as I drove home. The night was only partly cloudy this time, so when I glanced in the rearview mirror, I saw him again. Same spot, same posture, still facing the road. He didn't turn, didn't move, just stood there like before. I was beginning to feel creeped out. Maybe it was a Halloween decoration. But it was August, and who puts up a scarecrow at night? I don't know, I'm not aware of some Iowa tradition where people put their scarecrows only in the time of night but take them down during the day. I guess I forgot to describe him. He was tall, like maybe 6 foot something, maybe average build, wearing blue jeans and a flannel shirt. I figured he looked like a farmer around here or something. I didn't really see the face as I drove past the first 2 nights. Now, what I'm about to say was really fucking stupid, I know. Some dumb horror movie mistake number 1. The 3rd night, I stopped near the guy. I don't know, I was just weirdly curious, but you know what they say about the cat. The night was clear, and there was no other cars on the road. I stayed inside my car and rolled down the window. I poked my head out, calling out to the guy, like, "Hey, you alright?" Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not so much as a huff, not rustling or anything. The guy was stock still. I waved, trying to get his attention. Still, nothing. The air outside was thick, humid, heavy, almost hard to breathe, and it was quiet. Not just late-night quiet, but wrong quiet. No crickets, no wind, nothing. Like everything in the general area just dropped dead. The guy didn't move at all, not so much as a twitch. Fully creeped out by now, I decided it really wasn't worth it. Maybe it really was just a scarecrow, and I, being a dumbass, tried talking to it. But now, I'm not so sure it was, because the second I looked down, just for a second, he was next to my fucking car, standing right there. Too close, too fast. I don't know how, and I don't care to know how. There was a fucking ditch between the corn and the road. How the fuck did he jump over in less than 2 seconds without making a sound? Like I said, I don't care to know, I don't want to know. Obviously, I freaked the fuck out and hightailed it out of there, tires peeling out, and no doubt leaving skid marks on the road, not sticking around to figure out what the fuck that thing was. I didn't look back. I sped all the way home, never saw it again. I still don't know what that guy's face looked like. I don't think I've seen anyone like that before or since. So yeah, that's my story. I've since moved from Ochiden. I don't go out there except to visit my daughter and granddaughter. Thankfully, not at night.